What's up guys, this is Crypto James talking to you today about Illuvium. Now Illuvium is one that I actually think can still run up a hell of a lot in price. There's some statistics that I think people need to be aware of that I don't think anyone's been talking about in terms of Illuvium's website and the amount of game players that they've got. I'm really impressed with how much sort of is going on there. So I'm going to break all that down in this video. Before I get into it though guys, if you're new to the channel, these are the first 26 coins that I did videos about on the channel, and in the videos I showed everyone I was buying up all of these coins. The reason for that is I expected these coins to have big profits, and you can see what the profits would have been from $100 into each one of them. And in total that would have been a $2,600 investment. If you just sold these coins 18 months on, a little less actually, more like 17 months on after buying them, your profit from a $2,600 investment would have been over 123 grand, which is obviously pretty good. Now, I don't own any these anymore because I sold them, right? Since the market crashed, I've been buying up new cryptos and I continue to do that. So literally any time I find a coin that I'm like, this has got big profit potential, whether it's a 40x, a 50x, 100x, I get in on that coin, and what I will do is I will jump onto my site, which is copymycrypto.com, and I will let my members know all about the coin. So I'll let them know what the coin is, what kind of profits it can have, what percentage of my money that I'm putting in, so they can copy along. There's literally no work, it's completely transparent. Now, if that actually sounds really good to you, just making the same gains as me except doing no work whatsoever, then go take a look at the site. There's a link to the site in the description. What you see on the site are the things I've said in the past and what ended up actually happening, as well as what the members have earned since being there. All of this is public record. You can go onto the old videos on this channel and verify everything that you read. And you can see if this is a service that you want. And if it is wicked, I'll see you there. If it isn't, no worries. There's no obligation to buy. But keep supporting the channel, because without you guys, there is no channel. So Illuvium. Illuvium is an open world fantasy battle game. It's built on Ethereum. Now, it's often touted as the first sort of AAA rated game on Ethereum. Illuvium actually looks to provide a source of entertainment to both casual gamers and hardcore DeFi fans through some interesting earning mechanisms. Now, the world of Illuvium is inhabited by creatures known as Illuvials, who can be captured up by players that best them in a battle and then nurse them back to health. From then on, they become a loyal part of the player's collection and can be used when battling other adventures as part of the gameplay. It's kind of a fusion between an open world exploration game and a player versus player battle game. And players can just spend their time exploring the game world, building up their team of powerful beasts and then using them in battle. It's been in development since 2020. It's built by a worldwide team, including co-founders, which are Kieran Warwick, who's an early crypto adopter and serial entrepreneur, as well as Aaron, depends where you're from, Aaron Warwick, who is an experienced game designer, and coincidentally also the brothers of Kane Warwick, who's the co-founder of the DeFi platform Synthetics. So the family themselves have a pretty good resume. And the Illuvium token fuels the entire Illuvium ecosystem. Now, what's really interesting about Illuvium? First of all, it hits staggering heights. I mean, we're talking nearly 3 grand, $2,868 in the last bull cycle. Now, hitting that kind of high again seems unlikely. Seems unlikely to me. There's definitely gains here. I might well be underestimating this based on the title of this video, right? But Illuvium has their Illuvium Arena, Illuvium Overworld, Illuvium Zero, Illuvium Beyond. The Illuvium Dex has their marketplace for Illuvium Beyond and Land. You can actually stake the Illuvium token, and what you'll see is actually 2.74 million of the 3 million Illuvium are currently being staked. It's pretty interesting, right? There's about 40,000 Illuvium holders. Wait. So release tokens. So the release tokens is 5.8 million Illuvium. There's going to be an estimated total of basically 8 million Illuvium tokens. So a very small supply, which is always like a good sign. I always like the smaller supplies compared to the larger, but I don't mind the larger either. Depends on the project, of course. So the emission schedule. So 2.74 million Illuvium of the 3 million Illuvium that's emitted have been emitted, right? So there's still, 260,000 Illuvium to be emitted. And they go through the sort of epochs of when that's going to happen. So 17,000 is 374 Illuvium is distributed every single epoch. And then from there, if you're staking, you get a certain level of rewards. And you can also vest your rewards and deposits as well. So there are two core pools for the Illuvium. You've got the Illuvium 1 and the Illuvium ETH 1, both of which offer a minimum lockup of 1 month and a maximum lockup of 12 months. Now, it's also worth noting, look, you're going to get more rewards the longer you lock up, but you do, if something were to say Illuvium was to have some staggering run, get a partnership with Apple or something, this would skyrocket in price. If you're locked up for 12 months, you might, it might be an opportunity missed to sell. Now, granted, 12 months time, would probably, the markets should be hotting up quite nicely. So I don't think you're necessarily going to miss a huge amount if you were to lock up. Now, what's quite incredible about Illuvium, yes, there's only 40,000 estimated holders. However, on a monthly basis right now, there are over 500,000. In fact, last month had, where are we? July had about 300,000 people going onto the Illuvium website. Last month, August, 571,000. So basically a 90% increase, or 80% in the amount of people that were visiting the site. Now, 500,000 people visiting the site. Now, whether that's playing, it's a tricky thing because you've got to establish if they're playing it or what. However, 500,000 people visiting is a really strong sign, even if there are only 40,000 holders. That means there is a lot of interest. Maybe it's the price point, because maybe people are looking going, it's a $40 coin, because some people have very weird attitudes to the coin, and really they should be looking at the market cap rather than the coin price. Although the coin price is obviously very relevant. Now, it's quite an interesting one, really, man, because I can't see it hitting $3,000. Doesn't mean it won't, but $3,000 would put it in market cap for 10 billion. Now, that isn't actually outlandish for a game. We've seen Axie Infinity hit that sort of heights previously. Illuvium has certainly got a lot of interest. They also have the really cool DeFi features within stuff like Illuvi Dex. And if we just have a look at the Beyond Hub, what you can see are some of the sales that they've got. So they've got extended sale for the Illuvitars. There we go. Christ, guys, sorry. Illuvitars Wave 2. Extended runs the opportunity to grow the collection. You've also got grow your album, which is by visiting the market, trace and trading Illuvitars, accessories, and more. It's really interesting. And it's available everywhere, which is, the fact that it's on Coinbase is usually a pretty strong sign. Coinbase tend to be quite careful about what they put on, just more because SEC are always up their arse. Binance a little more, we'll list what we want, and we'll deal with you later, which I kind of like as a principle. So the Illuvi Dex has the marketplace now. Land is always quite an interesting area to explore. This is the land within the game. So you'd be looking at, it's not outlandishly expensive. A couple, $250 for some of the land. I'm sure, without question, if I reorganize the list to highest price, we're going to see some crazy stuff. So $1 million, 1.7 million. I can't imagine we've got evidence of people buying at those kind of prices. 100,000, 200,000, you know, let's be honest, guys, we can see that happening. It's ridiculous the amount of money people spend from time to time on land. But we're in a metaverse world, and we're going to be in a metaverse world, and while I hate it as a concept, I think it's better to just be able to talk to people in person. Metaverse is going to be an area that grows. The only thing that makes me hesitant about the sort of like Illuvium being a top 20 crypto is a game fundamentally, and same as Axie Infinity, and that did do it. But your stuff like Decentraland, your stuff like Sandbox, there's overlap within working context, which is, I think, unfortunately, where the world will be going in about a decade. So, Illuvium's not there yet. Illuvium's just a quality game, and you can just, you know, you can watch. I mean, the graphics are outstanding. It's clearly a very, very, very good game. It's certainly garnered a lot of interest. I think if we do see progression, more DeFi opportunities, I mean, naturally, I think they could do very little and evolve quite nicely. There's a lot of volume for Illuvium around the $500 mark, and I think that's about right for this. That would still put it at a pretty good market cap. You know, by the time the bull cycle's out, we'd probably be looking at a market cap of about 2.25 billion. So $500 I think is quite achievable for Illuvium. I'm not sure about new all-time highs, but I would not discount it. I really wouldn't. 500,000 people are visiting the site every month. These are unique visits. These are not like just the same people going on and on and on and on and on. So quite an interesting one. And I'm not an avid gamer by any stretch of the imagination. You know, I play a couple of games on Xbox and stuff in the evenings from time to time. But overall, you know, I've shown this to friends that are avid gamers, and they think it's quality. And if the gamers are enjoying it, if the DeFi options are there for your crypto enthusiasts that want to earn some additional yield, then this has got a more mass appeal than a lot of products. So yeah, 500, but let's be honest, this could do more. They've got really strong, that family have done some pretty impressive things. You know, one of the three brothers is the founder of Synthetics, and that is massive, and it's probably going to get more larger as time goes on. So yeah, 500. I think, again, I wouldn't be shocked to see it reach an all-time high, but I would be a little surprised because it's such a high price point, and it would be putting it at a market cap of over $1 billion if it was to break a previous high. Over $10 billion, and that's quite high if it's only got 500,000 game players. So what we want to see is an uptrend. For it to be potentially breaking its previous high, you need to see month on month user base growing. More than 1 million users, that's what you want to see. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. And guys, look, if you just want to take the work out of crypto investing, if you want to make things easier on yourself, if you want to not do all the research, that's where Copy My Crypto can come in. CopyMyCrypto.com is where I do all the research, dive into markets every day. When I find a coin that's a winner, I get in on it, and I let my members know all about any coin that I'm getting in on, in terms of what I think it can do in price, what the profits would be, why I think it can have those profits, as well as what percentage of my money I'm putting in there. There is literally no work for any member whatsoever. And if that does sound good to you, go to the link in the description, check the site out, read through everything, see if there's any thing that you like about it, watch the videos, see what the members have earned. Everything's public record. So go on to the old videos on this channel. You'll be able to see absolutely everything that you see on the website, and you can make a decision if it's something that you want to try. And if it is, wonderful. Maybe I'll see you there. If it isn't, no worries. There's no obligation to buy, but please keep watching the channel, because without you guys, there is no channel. And that is it from me. Take it easy.